Of SV News Network here. This is news report number 36, and today we'll be talking about Exxon Mobil and how they're planning to go to net zero emissions. ExxonMobil Corp is considering a pledge to reduce its net carbon emissions to zero by 2050, according to the people familiar with the matter, in what would amount to a significant strategic shift by the oil company. In March 2020, Exxon chief executive Darren Woods described ambitious carbon reduction targets made by some European rivals as nothing more than a beauty competition in quotes, saying the pledges lack tangible plans to achieve them. Mr. Woods and other Exxon boards are now giving the same idea serious debate, the people said. Mr. Woods is facing pressure from investors to demonstrate a bolder path to reducing emissions. Following a bruising proxy fight this year, an activist hedge fund elected three new members to the company board. The Irving, Texas company hasn't made a final decision on net zero yet, on a net zero pledge, according to the people. It plans to unveil a series of strategic moves on environmental and other issues before the end of the year, people say. Exxon spokesman Casey Norton said that the company is committed to working to decarbonize high-emitting sectors and supports regulation that will spur that. Quote, as the board goes through its deliberations regarding future plans related to the company's energy transition activities, we routinely evaluate our work and commitments and will update our shareholders and the public as those plans evolve, Mr. Norton said. Mr. Woods and the Exxon supporters support the goals of the Paris Climate Agreement, an international accord that aims to limit the increase in the global average temperature to less than 2 degrees Celsius above the pre-industrial levels and pursue efforts to limit the increase to 1.5 degrees. He has stopped short of committing Exxon to a net zero plan. To date, Exxon has instead pledged to reduce its so-called carbon intensity or emissions as a proportion of total energy produced. It is unclear exactly what a new Exxon net zero pledge would entail, but that is currently being considered would apply to the emissions directly produced by Exxon's asset and stemming from the energy the company uses, the people said. That is known in climate disclosure as a Scope 1 and 2 emissions. There's no standard definition for how companies define net zero emissions, and specifies often vary. So the specifics, which has led some to dismiss the pledges as exercises in modern day image management. Such goals generally aim to reduce a company's carbon footprint to neutral in the future. Exxon lost three seats on its board of directors at its annual shareholder meeting in May to the hedge fund Engine Number One, which argued that the energy company needed and needs to act faster to remake itself and invest in clean energy. Senior executives within the company now believe it needs to act urgently to refine its strategy to navigate the early transition, and some Exxon's largest shareholders told executives recently that they need to set more ambitious climate change targets or risk further alienating investors, people said. So basically what's happening, ExxonMobil made a net zero plan of carbon emissions. What will happen? I'll let you know in the future. But as of now, ExxonMobil are trying to go to net zero. Their shares will go up, their stock will go up, the company will go up, and the earth will presumably be better with this move. It's news report number 36. Thank you for watching. I'll let you know when the next one comes out. Thank you for watching.